The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, we're back. What the heck? Let's do it again. And I have a professor in the house. The real good professor, though. The one we all know and love.
I
Ben.
teach good lessons.
Yeah, Ben, you. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Just getting ready to play my favorite poker tournament of the year. The only one I really get excited about. $50,000 buy-in Players Championship.
Not the main? Would
No.
you play this or the main if you could repeat and play it?
It would not be close. I would play this. I mean,
Cool.
The main event is very exciting. I'd say the one thing about the main is that you can be on TV is probably the main thing. But this is if they designed a tournament, this is like exactly what I would want to play. Like if I had to defend the human race from alien card poker players in one format, it would be an 8-game. So
There you go.
this was made for me.
Do you know, a lot of players and people out there think that this should be the World Championship, that this type of event. Would you agree with that?
I mean, that's not unreasonable. I think it's reasonable the way they have it designed. I mean, it would obviously be very self-serving for me to say, yes, they should just make it 8-game. But I mean, No Limit Hold'em is the most popular game. It's the most popular game for a reason. Like it excels very well on TV ratings. It's actually a very great tournament game. You know, watching it is pretty exciting. Like watching big all-ins and card runouts that just cooler or bad beat people are great for TV and just to sweat in person. So I mean, I think it's great how it is. I mean, the fact that you can get 7,000 people for a $10,000 buy-in tournament, you just wouldn't be able to do that with 8-game or whatever. And I'm just not that big on titles or whatever, or prestige or anything like that. So I mean, calling something the World Championship just wouldn't be that. It doesn't matter to me. I understand someone else may be more fixated on that, but I mean, I think they've done a good job. As is, they have like something for everyone essentially. Like I think one of the things, like there's been a lot of complaining recently about the World Series schedule, and this happens every year to some degree. I do think whenever people complain, it's a lot of the times it's just self-serving. Like you have like Ari Engel complaining that like they prefer small buy-in, no limit events. And I mean, guess what he plays all year? Like for the most part, small buy-in, no limit events. And I'm not saying that, he's doing a bad thing by saying this, but I'm just saying like most people are being fairly self-serving when they make all these complaints. I'm not trying to single him out by any means. I'm definitely not trying to.
Oh, it's okay.
Try to
We
cause
got you.
any more controversy in the Amazon room. No Brandon Cantu pet shouts here, but
yeah, please.
I just mean a lot of other people. David Baker does this for the Limit Hold'em community, and I think it's actually a good thing. But I mean, at the same, like lost in this debate and discussion is that they are trying to serve everyone, and I think that they're doing a reasonably good job about it. And they usually screw up once a year by leaving something out that's highly desirable to people. But whenever we have this discussion, I just think that people sometimes lose sight of the big picture and lose sight of what other people are being concerned with what's good for other people. It's not all just me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about me, Ben, you.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to step up. You got that right. Dealer's Choice event. What did you think?
It was great. I've actually thought about it for a long time. I actually wrote 2 articles about it in Card Player. One that I think is either just came out or is about to come out, and one the next month. The next one will come out the next month. And it's just really cool to have an event where you actually have to think about not just fold, call, bluff, but you have to think about what game should I pick. So most of the articles just revolved around that, and it's actually really fun. There are a lot of things to think about. One of the reasons people love tournament poker as opposed to over cash games is just because there's so many things to think about. There's the bubble, there's pay jumps, there's people being short stacked. There's just all these like random things that like you don't have to think about that much, and it's what makes it fun. I actually stole that from Vanessa Selps. She says that's the reason she loves tournament poker.
It was really interesting how that turned out because a lot of people are calling Badoogie Badesi Badusi to start this thing off. as we were hearing. But then we got to the final table, and it looked like PLO was the weapon of choice to try and end that tournament. I mean, Rocky was calling that all the time. Were you surprised how some of the game calling went, or did you go about the plan?
I did see a lot of Badusi and Badesi. They're actually just very great fun games. I mean, split pot games in general are very fun. Draw games are also very fun, just because it feels like old poker, like you would think of in an old Western where you pick up 5 cards and you discard and draw. It's just very fun. So when you combine the two, I mean, they're just very fun games in general. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that I understand Daniel Negreanu's arguments for not making a bracelet event because it's no bluffing or whatever. I somewhat understand that argument, but it's very popular. People love it. As for going into the later stages, do you know if Robert Mizrachi had a lot of chips at the end? He did, right? He was usually the chip leader?
He was actually behind.
He was behind?
Most of the way. There was a gentleman, I forgot who came. The guy who came in second. Started off like 690,000 chips, and everybody was like 290 and down. And then he managed to come back and, it was down 2-1 to start the heads up. So.
Yeah, picking PLO is really interesting because, I mean, first of all, if you're a big stack, you generally want to play a big bet game because, especially when you're at the final table or near the bubble, because you can apply a lot of pressure. And, people just, if they're concerned about making pay jumps, if they like money, a lot of the times they'll just have to fold. And, as a big stack, you can really leverage a lot. And, I understand picking PLO. Like, today in the 50K, I know a lot of people's strategies, they'll say something like, don't play a big PLO pot as their strategy because they think, one, they may not be super, super experienced in PLO. And second, they think their edge in other games is too big. So I understand that. So, for him, picking PLO is just like, yeah, if you're going to, play tight and just let me pick up the blinds every time, that's what I'm going to do. I remember in a 2,500 8-game bracelet event a couple years ago, Greg Mueller would just sit out the PLO round. And, it's stuff like that that would push people to play PLO.
Yeah, that game gets really dangerous. I mean, I think people think pot limit, and they, the average person thinks pot limit is like, oh, it's pot limit. It stays under control. But it gets out of control very quickly if you're not, paying attention and playing it smartly. So, I mean, it can be a tricky game. And I really am interested to hear what you think about when you're short stacked in that dealer's choice event. So if you're coming around next year, and let's say you're on that final table and you're down, do you want to try and play a big game to come back, or do you want to play a game where you can kind of keep things under control a little bit and not have it get so crazy? I mean, it's really kind of a quandary there, isn't it?
You actually it's kind of interesting. I said the big stack wants to play a big pot game. The small stack also wants to play a big bet game. Mm-hmm. If you're a short stack, you want to play a big bet game and you want to play a game with antes. So, mixing those two, the two reasonable options, the best options are no limit hold'em and no limit single draw. There's a lot of antes. If you just shove all in and win the antes and blinds, it's big boon to your stack. As we see in most tournaments, the antes in that tournament happen to be quite big too. But yeah, so it's really funny that small stack likes big bet games, big stack like big bet games. It's really the medium stacks that don't want to get bullied and have to fold a lot, especially because they want the small stacks to bust so they can get pay jumps. So they really don't want the big bet games. It's a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that is a fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see how everybody plays this next year when this event comes back and how they handle what they've learned from this time around. Now, of course, you're getting ready to go into the 50K, and I don't want to hold you up too much, but I will ask you this question: when you go in to play such an exclusive field like this, what are your thoughts? I mean, you just go in and play, or there's certain strategies you have, players you kind of don't want to get up against. I mean, what is it like to sit in that field?
First of all, it's I'm definitely very excited. Like, this is what I wait all year for. I have to remind myself that it's just another tournament and I should just play good, play the cards that come to me, and that's really, really difficult to do. And you just kind of have to do your best in it, not get psyched out by the prestige or who's in the field. It's really tough. Second of all, just don't do anything horribly exploitable. I'm not making huge folds, getting huge odds, to most of the people. Everyone in this tournament is very capable. It sounds really boring. I've said this a lot, but, it's kind of interesting that, for me at least, I feel like when you play against better players, when you watch good players play good players, a lot of times you think, oh, man, he's going to do this really sick play. And, that still does happen sometimes. But, for the most part, I just try to play like a robot, try to play, unexploitable, not necessarily as straightforward, but unexploitable, boring. Like I'm not trying to do anything super fancy. There is the idea that maybe someone who is good will read into my line more, so that I can trick them into playing bad. But for the most part, I'm just trying to play, like a robot, game theory optimal, as they say. It sounds a little boring, but it really gets the job done.
No, it would be cool to see you hoisting that trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make you think about it too much, but it would be exciting. I know
we're on day one. Day one, you can't even bust anyone. Like, I'm just trying to get to 200,000 chips from 150 today.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds like a plan. Well, Ben, I wish you all the best in there. Go get them. Go win that thing. I'd love to see you out here with the Chip Reese Trophy. I think that would be very good for the game.
Yeah, hopefully I get to see you on day 4 again, and we can run this back.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben,
fun.
Good to see you. Good luck to you, Ben. And I can tell you, this man loves this tournament. You can't even get across how much he loves this tournament. He can't say it enough. It means the world. And we'll see if Ben can make a nice run in this one and maybe walk out of with the Chip Reese Trophy. And we're going to get you updates on what's going on here in just a little bit. But, of course, the first thing I have to do is say, Oppa, for I am Greek. Thank you. And apparently Six-Toe Pete saying Locke lost a huge pot. Yeah, we're gonna break it down. We will take a look. And we also have the Limit tournament going on that has gotten very interesting. This one, kind of looked like it was going to be nailed to the wall, but a certain gentleman by the name of Brandon Shaq Harris, who's punishing himself for playing Limit, maybe walking out of there with another bracelet tonight. So that's pretty exciting. So we'll give you all the information about what's going on here in just a little bit. Of course, I want to thank a few of our great sponsors of the show. Once again, I want to remind everybody, Players Poker Championship Poker Tour, ppcpokertour.com. Big event coming up on the 29th and 30th. It has been moved to the Strat, and I will probably have to recut the commercial tomorrow. But just a reminder, if you want to play for your shot to go to Aruba, go to ppcpokertour.com, get all the information, and you can hop in there over at the Stratosphere on the 29th and 30th evenings. So if you bust out of your day tournament of the World Series and you don't feel like hanging around, go over there and take your shot to try and head to the islands, my friend. Go to the islands, man. ppcpokertour.com. A couple other friends I didn't get to talk about today on the day show. BlueRail.net, our website provider and the home of the Mark Hoke Show. Make sure you go to BlueRail.net and give Bob Lusk a call, 522-820-5128. He'll host your website for $9 a month. Are you kidding me? Who does that? Well, Bob does, and you're going to be thrilled with the results you get from BlueRail.net. Anything you need done, he can get it done for you on the web. So check it out, BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? And, of course, our home site of RogueWire.com. Always great content up there by Bob, and doing a great job of the site there as well. So check it out at RogueWire.com. Team Poker Joker, 10% off with the code VegasHoke. We've been getting a few Poker Joker hats out of here. It's happy time around the World Series apparently this Sunday. So make sure you go to TeamPokerJoker.com, and once again, it's 10% off with the code VegasHoke. The Nevada Poker League, of course, Joe Payne was here earlier. Despite him calling me an angle shooter, I'm still telling everybody to go to the Nevada Poker League. Hey, play poker for free. They got $50,000 cash and prizes, all sorts of great stuff. So go on over there to Nevada Poker League, 17 different locations here in Las Vegas. Off-Till Poker Tables, $300 off your next table purchase from Brian Knott and Off-Till Poker Tables. Give him a call, 262-490-3812. That's 262-490-3812, and visit him at offtillpokertables.com today. The top ladies poker team in the world, the Grindettes, Katie Stone, Katie Dozier, Jen Shahade, and Jamie Kerstetter, all out here grinding away. And you can learn all about their exploits and what they're doing to help advance poker on the ladies' side and poker, period. Grindettes.com, and, of course, follow them at Grindettes and on Facebook, The Grindettes. Dutch Boyd's book is out. It is selling. It is amazing. Make sure you go to PokerTilt.com. You can pick it up there or on Amazon. I'm going to guarantee it's the poker book you can't put down. I couldn't do it. Make sure you check it out, PokerTilt.com. And, of course, our good friends at Global Poker Index. We are simulcast on GPIs. Check it out, GlobalPokerIndex.com. They are the poker ranking authority. in the world. So take a look there at globalpokerindex.com. And our good friends at Las Vegas Advisor. Hey, if you're in Las Vegas and you want to just take advantage of this town, that's the place to go. Coupon books, newsletters, everything you're going to need. Get your membership today at LasVegasAdvisor.com. All right. Oh, and I didn't mention Sunbuggy Fun Rentals today, too. Make sure you go to Sunbuggy Fun Rentals for your dune buggy experience here in Las Vegas and the Desert Southwest. Check it out, sunbuggy.com, and we're going to be giving away some more Sunbuggy gift certificates this week. Got a few of them to give away, so get signed up for that contest on markhokeshow.com. Just click on the contest link and send your information in or sign up right here at the Rio. So that's pretty nice. And don't forget to follow the show at Mark Hoke Show on Twitter. Also, the Mark Hoke Show on Facebook. We need some likes and follows. I want more. I'm greedy. So like us at the Mark Hoke Show and Facebook at Mark Hoke Show. Or the Mark Hoke Show. All right. Let's take a look at some updates on what's happening here at the World Series of Poker as I get to pull up the magic screens. Those ones that tell me what's going on. Stop, children, what's that sound? Well, apparently in the Limit Hold'em event, it is Yegor Surikov who has surged this blind level. And looks like he picked off David Chu. I think he may have also gotten Lissandro, too. Jesse Caps is over here, by the way. Jesse Caps. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get Jesse Caps in here. Uh-oh. Are we? I hope we're not sad.
We're not sad. No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
We made a good cash.
Okay.
Pretty American.
All right. Awesome.
What's going on, Mark?
Well, I was just telling everybody about the Limit Hold'em tournament that it's now down to 5, with Surikov now up at 1.3 million. And that was a switch, and he must have got some of his chips off Brandon Shack Harris too, because Harris has now had gotten him around 8,000.
How much does he charge for lessons?
Who, Brandon Shack Harris?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't you ask him? Well, I can ask him too.
So what has he got? He's got a bracelet, a
second, and
whatever this is.
Looking at a top 5 finish here too, so
that's sick.
Not bad. But Harris is just at $500,000 now. Dan Kelly also just a hair under $500,000. Sean Barrios is at 491,000, and Jesse Katz at 146. So no 6th bracelet today for David Chu, and Lissandro also out in the cold on this one. But Yegor Surikov, and he's from Pleasant Hill, California. So
that's cool.
Let's keep it in the USA. Unlike that one soccer ball that apparently went through that I heard about.
I was playing. I didn't even get to see the whole game.
No, I didn't watch.
I guess we tied.
Yes, the Americans tied.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's kind of a choke.
Yeah, what was it, like the 86th minute? They were up 2-1.
Try 90th minute.
Oh, it was the 90th minute?
Yeah, about 30 seconds left in the game.
I'll go watch ESPN tonight because I missed it.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened. It's kind of anticlimactic. Plus, it's soccer.
I gotta see how.
Do you really want to watch soccer for 91 minutes when you know what happened?
No, I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch SportsCenter.
That's torture. Yeah, Sports Center.
What I
absolutely.
Meant. SportsCenter.
I could. Oh my God.
So there's somebody. I don't know this guy, but is that related to what Carrie? Is it? No, wait.
Carrie Katz?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I just think it's funny because if I ever played him heads up, it'd be Jesse Katz and Jesse Caps. Heads up for the bracelet.
That would be good. Boy, that would give Tuck a fit.
Cats and Caps, that'd be awesome. Which Jesse? Jesse's becoming a popular name now for poker players. There's a lot of Jessies in the poker world.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. How many times have you heard that? Probably about 20,000 times as many as I've heard hokey pokey.
Yeah, I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
But
Jesse's a friend.
He's a friend of yours?
He's been a good friend of mine.
Oh, that's good. Glad everything's going well for you, Mark.
That's all right. All right, there we go. We'll stop with the silly Jesse humor. By the way, Six-Toe Pete in the chat box. Soccer is awful. Thank you.
Some
kick,
haters.
Kick, flop, flop. Go. Kick, flop, flop. Kick.
Well, everybody at my table today was all Americans, I think, and nobody cared. We all said that we didn't care about soccer, but
no, we don't.
Yesterday or whatever, they were watching it on their iPad and put the iPad like on the table somewhere. Like they kept getting in trouble for it, but they're like all the Europeans were at our table.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I mean, I'll if they advance, maybe I'll watch a game or two.
Yeah,
but it's just torture. It's torture.
My brother played it growing up, so I watched a lot of games.
I played a little too.
Yeah.
A little, not much. All right, event 44. I think I've got to go back one here, but we have
the
event
one
44.
I just busted?
Yeah, though I guess the one you just busted.
Yeah.
But hey, a top 100 finish for you again.
Yeah, 80th.
So that's a 28th and an 80th.
29th and an 80th. Yeah.
That's pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people would take that.
No, I can't complain about this one because when we got in the money, I was super short. I was down to like 4 big blinds or whatever. One time I got it in queen jack to queens. I had queen jack on the flop, and the river was a jack. And a guy said he folded jack, so I binked the one outer.
Wow.
That was with like 130 something.
Nice.
And then I only looked at a king when I was down to like 13,000, 12,000, which was like 4 big blinds. I looked down at king, I ship. Guy just flats. Then Theo Tran re-raises with ace king. And I'm like, I only know I have a king, so I'm in huge trouble. The other card is a 3, and that was, that 3 on the flop was all I needed to triple up.
Wow.
And but then this guy who was the chip leader who raised every hand, I looked at 8s, 16 big blinds, 17 big blinds. I had 2 8s. I had 3 people to fade. I shipped it in, and one of the small blind had 10s. So I guess it's standard, but obviously it's like kind of sad after having a chip in a chair to bust when you got it in bad. But I think it was the right move.
No, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, nice run. Well, speaking of that chip leader, I don't know if this is the guy, but
No, okay.
Evan McNiff is now your leader with 76 left.
No, he's good though.
And he's at 300,000. Max Silver at 280. Thomas Muehlacher, I'm going with it, at 265. Ryan Spittles at 260. Julien Feteux, I don't even know where he's from, but
They don't even put a
Julien Feteux is at 250. Jordan Morgan, 240. Joseph Iarusi, 225. Aditya Agarwal out of Calcutta is at 220,000. Then we have Ray Foley and the aforementioned Theo Tran in 10th place.
Yeah, and the guy below him, Jason Johnson, who was a chip leader starting in today. Those two are at my table. That's the guy who he raised 2 hands in a row, and then third hand, eights have got to be better than whatever he was raising with.
Yep, and Lonnie Harwood down actually she's up for the level, but she was in 4th place listed. Now she's listed in 12th. Who else? Let's see who else is hanging around in here. Anybody? Because I know this was kind of lacking in some big
Speaking of
names.
that, I should bust myself from the counts.
Yeah, well, there you go. Vinny Pahuja is in 29th, so the Vin man making run there. Jesse Cohen's in there. Randall Flowers just been kind of hanging around that 88,000 mark. He was in the top 10 to start the day and has been in a holding pattern. I think that's the first time in the history of the show we had somebody report themselves busted with the MyStack app during the show.
During the show, yeah.
That's
I'm showing you how the MyStack app works. You may have saw me on the counts there, and because I was just posted like 50,000. So because you didn't refresh it, did you?
No, I did not.
Am I in there?
I'm looking. Let's see.
Oh, they busted.
There you are.
What did it say?
Had you listed in 69th place at 43,000 chips.
Well, yeah. When I shipped 50 even, and now I have 0. So there you go. It looks like I was the good old 69, but now.
So there's actually 75 remaining for sure. We can confirm that.
Yeah.
See, on the spot reporting.
Yeah.
So there's event number 44, the $1,500 no limit hold'em. Let's see where's the one that Locke was in.
Pot limit PLO.
PLO.
They just started their final table.
And let's take a look at what's going on there. And Phil Locke, who led the day, he got clobbered on a hand a little while ago. Darius Studdard. I have no idea who Darius. Do you know who Darius Studdard is?
No.
No?
Like,
Okay.
Does he stutter a lot?
I don't know. Wow, you are full of bad jokes.
I know. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
All I do is fold. I folded down to I took a picture of. I tweeted. I folded down to like 4 big blinds. I was so nitty today. Everybody was like, the guy was folding an ace to me because I was so tight.
Wow.
I was just so, but it worked out for me.
Yeah.
I jumped. I came, with 20,000 with virtually no big blinds to start the day with 200 people left, and I, grinded all the way to 80th place. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
What's up, man?
All right. So Darius Studdard is your leader, 1.6 million. Michael Drummond at 1.48. Brant Hale 1.33. Corey Kilpatrick chasing another bracelet here at the World Series is a little over $1 million. Phil Locke is down to 725. Ryan Schmidt is at 565, and the stakes in that are 150 or 15,000, 30,000 on that one. So 6 left, and Phil Locke chasing another World Series bracelet, as is Corey Kilpatrick. But right now it's Darius Studdard. I wonder if he's related to Darius Rucker. Maybe they're friends.
I don't think it works that way.
No, it doesn't work that way?
No.
Right.
I don't think.
Maybe it's Darius Rucker in disguise.
I think Darius is just an actually common name for. I've no.
How many Dariuses do you really know?
I had a roommate named Darius. He played on the football team. He was like an all-star.
I don't think I really know any Dariuses. No.
You don't remember Dario Suharto?
I remember the name.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say we were pals.
Well, I mean, there's one.
Darius Rucker is the one I know. From Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
They always called him Hootie, but there was no Hootie. He's not. That kind of irks him a little bit, but he's on his own.
Wait,
now,
Darius.
right.
Wait, what's the guy's name? I'm drawing a blank. The guy with the super aggro guy that wore the Harry Potter scarves.
Oh, Darius Minieri.
There you go.
Dario. No, he was Dario.
Oh, no, is Dario or Dario?
Dario
Whatever.
Minieri,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. So not quite. Close. Good try, though, Jesse. All right. So there's your Pot Limit
All
Omaha
right.
6-handed event. And they're 6-handed.
That would make
It's
sense.
rubbing off. It's rubbing off on me, Jesse. This isn't good. And I think that's really all we've got at the moment
Poker
for events.
championships. You already looked at that.
I have the table draws, at least the last ones I had. I wonder if that's been updated. But event 45, that started off today at noon. I'm not even going to bother looking at that.
Should I reg for it? I can still reg for it.
Oh, you could. Why don't you reg me for it? I'll hop in there. I got it.
3K. Get 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But the Poker Players Championship is underway. Right now, they are listing 69 players in. I'm sure we're going to see a few more, and I'll see if I can see if they updated the table draws. But, of course, an amazing field in this event. This is the one that everybody that takes poker seriously wants to win.
Yeah.
And we just had Ben Yu over here. Of course, I remember when he bubbled this thing a couple years ago, and it was just devastating to him when that happened. So a couple guys picking up some chips. Dylan Lind goes to 228. Sean Deeb goes to 205. Could you imagine Sean Deeb winning the Poker Players Championship? He'd be unbearable. Elia Lesbury in there, Michael Glick, Mike Leah, Abe Masseri, Bruno Fatuzzi, Alexandre Lemieux, Jeremy Osmus, Brock Parker, and so on.
Everybody buying in.
Yeah,
everybody's
pretty much.
Nobody's busted, right? That's all I
no, not yet. But Dan Shack is down to 44,000.
Wow.
So
what do the blinds start at? What do they got right now?
Oh,
They don't post them because
of the
they're
different
mixed games. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I gotcha.
See if we have any updates though, because I know Poker News had the table draws up. I'm just curious. Yep. Okay. So we'll give you some table draws. Get your impressions maybe on what's happened on
which
some
one's
of these.
the toughest or something.
Table 367. Here's your list: Sean Deeb, Elia Lesra, Tommy Hang, who we just had on the show, and he finally picked up his bracelet 8 days later. Jonathan Duhamel, Nick Schulman, Brian Hastings, and Melissa Burr, who's been on absolute fire in this World
I'll put that
Series.
as one of the tougher ones so far, but I haven't even seen the rest, so that could be on.
That's the toughest one we've seen so far, Jesse.
Oh, it's a breeze. Come on, that was a joke.
Well, it's
You got how many bracelets in there?
a bunch.
Every table will have tons.
And I'll tell you, Elia Lesra has been having a very good World Series too. I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be messing with Elia.
No.
But that'll be
This tournament actually has huge 25K fantasy draft implications, I'm sure.
I'm sure it
So
does.
there's a lot of sweats going on.
Table 368. Not a lot of
That
movement
was
in terms of this one. Michael Glick, Brock Parker, Bill Chen, Dan Heimiller, Gary Benson, Richard Ashby, and Michael Gorodinsky. So some underrated players. And then, obviously Brock Parker is certainly not underrated. Bill Chen has been having a great World Series here as well. Dan Heimiller winning the Seniors Championship. Ashby's been deep in a ton of events so far. And Gorodinsky's been kind of having a little bit under the radar World Series this year.
Yeah.
So
That one-
not a
I feel like that's not gonna be the toughest table.
No.
I mean, yeah, they're great players. They're all tough. They're all
Yeah.
school meet, but not Mark. Mark's.
Yep. Hey, there's an update on Phil Ivey getting a boat in Omaha 8. Good for him.
Bird.
Oh, God. Let's see. That's an interesting. Let's get these tables. Okay, here's more of the table draws. 359. Talal Shakurchi. Shakurchi. Tomato. David Bach, Jeremy Osmus, Scott Seaver, Kevin Song, Andy Block, Jeff Lissandro. That might be a nice little action-packed table right there.
Yeah, that one's definitely gonna have a lot of action. That's okay.
Then we have table 360. Daniel Lai, Scott Clemens, John Racner, Chun Li Zhao, Randy Ohl, Steve Bilirakis, John Manette. Oh, wow. Manette, Alai, Clemens, Racner, all in a row. And Ohl's there, too. I mean, and Bilirakis is good.
So far, I'm still voting on the first one, I think.
Yeah. You might change your mind.
All
Tables 364. Matt Glantz, Daniel Negreanu, Vanessa Selbst,
I've already changed my mind, yeah.
George Danzer,
that
and
one.
David O.D.B. Baker.
Yeah, that one for sure.
Table of death.
We don't know Luis Velador, do we?
I do not know who Luis
Okay,
Velador is.
But besides, you got
Oh.
some really.
Yeah,
big
you've
names.
got Glantz there, one of the top mixed game cash players around. David O.D.B. Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And some great no limit.
Selbst
players,
and
too,
Negreanu
that-
right next to each other.
Is she accomplished mixed game? Like really
Yeah, she won a
accomplished?
bracelet
She
in
won the
8
bracelet, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
So there you go. It's
Have fun, kids. Table 365, Don Wynn, Jared Blesnick, Bruno Fatusi, Stephen Chidwick, Alan
tough,
Kessler,
too.
and Robert Mizraki just coming off winning that mixed bracelet event. So an interesting table there. Not what I would call a horribly brutal table,
yeah.
but Kessler and Mizraki sitting next to each other could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
That'd be
That
fun
Don
to
Wynn's
watch.
really aggressive, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So he's gonna cause havoc on that table.
Table 366. And I'm wondering how many people are surprised at this. Eric Lindgren is in the 50K. Not that that's a bad thing, but Lindgren is playing this one. We've got Josh Aryeh, Brian Tate, David Benjamin, Calvin Anderson is having a great World Series, and Mike Waddle. Lindgren and Aryeh going a little old school on that one, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta like that. And Benjamin there, too. So Calvin Anderson's going to get to mess with the young guys, or the older guys a little bit. But not a devastatingly bad table there. We already talked about 367, the Bird, Deeb, Schulman, Hastings, Lesver Duhamel table. We got the Chen table there. Table 370, James Obst, Phil Galfond, Bryn Kenny, Matt Ashton, Sergei Baranov, Ave Masseri, and Paul Volpe. That's not a fun table. I wouldn't enjoy that one too much. Because, of course, Kenny's been playing very well this
That one's
series.
gonna be really quiet. Well, Bryn might be talkative, I feel like.
He'll just go over and pat Phil Galfond on the head.
But
But, and Paul Volpe being on that table, too, makes it very interesting. This is one that seeing Paul make a deep run in this could be pretty exciting, to say the least. Table 371 is David Singer, Dylan Lind, Ola Amensgaard, Alex Lenieux, Dan Shack, Chris Bell, great mixed game player there, and Sergei Rabchenko. So not exactly what I would call a table of death, but
no, that one. And Dan Shack's already short anyway, so.
yeah. We got table 372. This one doesn't look like fun. Ilior Sion. Oh, thank you for skipping my.
It does that. It refreshes and then you get
I
screwed
hate
over. You
you.
have to scroll all the way back down.
That wasn't nice. And that was the last table, too.
Yeah.
Ilior Sion, Mike Lead. And then you have Brian Rass, Michael Mizraki, and Phil Ivey sitting right next to each other. Well, there's an empty seat, but yeah.
That's right.
Wow, Rass, Mizraki, and Ivey just kind of hanging out. Yeah. And Philip Sternheimer also on that table. I pity the poor SOB who gets stuck in seat 5 when.
Right in between them.
Oh, Ben, you registered late.
He's gonna be one. He's gonna be in one of these.
Oh no! Don't put him there. Oh, that would be horrible. Bad. How'd you like the late reg and get stuck in there?
Okay, he's not on this list right now.
No.
We should gamble for for an appetizer or something, or beer. We should gamble a beer on which table he gets. How many tables are there right now?
Let's see. How many tables have open spots for 1, 2, 3,
And then
4,
after the recording
5,
or whatever, or on break, I'll run over and
6,
see
7.
which one.
Man, there's 7 of them that have an open
Yeah,
spot.
but that one doesn't have a spot.
We got 364. Oh, there's Ben. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's already in there.
He's
Okay,
in there
never
now.
mind.
Oh,
Never
that's
mind.
just it. So Ben. Oh, that even got worse. Ben's on the table with Glance Negreanu, Selps Dancer, and oh my God.
Yeah, that's the toughest table of all of them. I bet.
Oh, who goes into 364-4? Why don't you
Put
reg,
me in.
Jesse? See if we can.
Put me in, coach.
Oh, God, that just makes me twitch. Could you imagine getting plopped into that seat?
No, it'd be fun. I mean, for me, I'd just have a blast with it because I mean, if somebody staked me and wasn't any pressure and then just to get to play with those guys, that'd be the nuts for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, in terms of having fun and playing it, that would be awesome. But in terms of trying to win the championship, that would suck.
No, for sure.
You survive. I mean, even surviving that table would be huge. Wow. So, well, Ben, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. That's weird. You rarely think of Ben Yu as being complete. I mean, Ben's certainly not completely outclassed or anything there, but it's rare that you look at a table and say that Ben could be the least reputable player at the table out of the 6.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so rough. Maybe I should have kept them here another 10 minutes.
Yeah, it would have changed the future. He'd be at a different table.
It could have. He can blame me for that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your Poker Players Championship. I wonder if we have any more updates on that, too, because I do want to take another look just for fun. There's an updated table draw. Let's see if anything else.
I just want to know who the first one to bust is. That's more interesting.
I doubt anything really changed. I think we hit everybody. No bustos as far as I can see right now. But that would blow.
So is it a 3-day or a 4-day tournament?
Should be a 4-day.
So it's 4 days. So this is long. Like wow.
Oh, 5-day. Excuse me.
What?
Yeah, 5-day.
5 days and like 100. How many people are gonna sign up? You think? We'll get 100? No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100. Okay.
I think we'll get 100. I think so.
Cause it started at 4, right?
Yeah. There's
5
a lot
days,
of people because actually a lot of people are talking about registering tomorrow for this thing.
Oh, okay.
I think I can't remember who it was. Was it Bonomo? I think that said he was going to register tomorrow. He's going to EDC tonight.
Oh gosh, I was watching that on YouTube. It's people die there, man. It's
not
crazy.
Good. It's not good. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't go. I mean, it looks fun to like listen to music and look at the cute girls, but if you get stuck in that crowd, I mean, you must love being, not able to move or hear or see or pretty much lose all of your senses.
Yeah.
You enjoy not having any senses or feelings.
And pretty much the point is to go up there and get laid. So you lose your senses, it's not good.
No.
That's a minus.
No. You just got to wait for them coming out. Just pretend like you...
So you're a gate stalker, so you're waiting for everybody to come
pretty
out
much.
and
As
go,
they're coming
hey.
out there, you'll just pretend like you're there. Like, oh my goodness, that show was amazing. Like, and just like, just bullshit your way with them. And where's the after party? And
That's not a bad
back
tactic.
at my apartment. Or, I mean, my big condo in Panorama, which I should have by now. But
Jesse Capps giving up the tactics. That's like
but
being
Dan
the guy.
Schultz, ruined my dreams. Like I told you before. And he doesn't even say hi to me.
Wow.
It's bitter still. Until he says hi, he gets no love from me.
Just go punt him in the head.
Just punt him in the head.
Just punt him in the head. I keep waiting to see players busting out of the Players' Championship. I just want to see if somebody goes down tonight. But,
What are you going to just ask him if they lost?
Hey, what's up?
So you just...
Hey, Dan, how's it going? Oh, God, I'd probably get... I'd probably get nutmegged on that somehow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back and take a look at more of what's going on in the World Series of Poker. And we also have a very interesting article from Scotty Wynn, by the way, an interview in Card Player Magazine that I want to hit.
Yeah?
Did you see this?
Should I stick around and listen to it?
Sure.
All right.
You can stick around.
I'll, see what's going on in the world.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, so let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We are live from the World Series of Poker. Jesse Capps sitting in with me today.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
In my almost EDC outfit.
Yeah.
See, I got neon colors today.
It's very prancy. Let's take a break.
Whoa.
We'll be right
You're not
back.
ending on that note. You're not ending
What?
on that note.
Huh?
You're
What?
not going to break calling me a prancy.
No, I didn't say that. I just
okay, I
said
see how it is.
I didn't call you prancy. We'll be right back.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle. Right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Tough day at the Veld? Get off tilt and unstuck by escaping to the desert for an extreme off-road adventure with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. We have the biggest fleet of off-road vehicles known in the universe. And since we know poker players aren't exactly early risers, we now offer after-dark tours for all you night owls. And don't forget to stop by the Mark Hope Show WSOP booth at the Rio to win a free Sun Buggy experience. Please call us 24/7 at 1-866-728-4443 and visit us at www.sunbuggy.com. Call us now and take the off-road ride of your life with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
There we go. Yes, there is the host, Mark Hoke. What's up? How you doing? Jesse Caps. Give him a little bang bang. Yeah, do the bang bang. You have the mic on too?
Yeah. Oh, you can see it.
Wow. Give the Kirk Gibson. Yeah. Made some money. All right. Well, we are having a great time here at the World Series of Poker. Jesse's making money. I'm trying to make a little money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in a satellite this week. Kristen's off. I'm playing something.
There you go.
I can't take it anymore. And then
what's the deal with the 1K satellite? Have you had the drawing yet? Or
no, that's coming up on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all right, I'm gonna make sure that you put me in there because I want a shot. I want a shot at
Oh,
that.
absolutely. Of course, don't forget to enter that contest. Down here at the Rio, we've got entry forms so you can enter online. MarkHokeShow.com. For those of you that are watching right now, should be a little link right above it. Because look, kind of right in. Actually, probably in that side for you. Sign up. Get in there. 1 in 10 shot at the main event, and then go and win it because we're taking a tiny piece because we're so kind. And okay, now that was Dan Shack running by.
He was smiling.
He was he was grimacing is what he was doing.
Well, he's obviously he's running the bath. He must be super short or something.
Or else he really has to go to the bathroom too.
Well, that's
combo.
That's what I did. I figured out a strategy here.
Okay.
In the Amazon room.
Yeah.
I'm super short. 5 big blinds, whatever. So the time, I'll give you guys a little strategy. The time to go to the bathroom is under the gun +1, because then the worst case scenario is you miss. You look at your hand and then if you fold, you hurry up and then you only miss your under the gun, which I think is the time to have a hand there, so you're not playing. You're playing a little bit tighter. So when I was here, I was super short, but before I got to under the gun, I pushed one of those doors slightly open, right next to where I was sitting, and then when I folded my hand, I went out another door, not that door, and I ran. And then when I came back, I opened through the door that I propped open slightly, even though those are locked, and it was right at my seat. So I didn't miss my under the gun.
That is sneaky.
But
that is sneaky, Jesse Caps.
Yeah.
So there's a little World Series.
Here he is.
Go damn Dan.
He does look like he's kind of having fun or something. He looks. I
don't know.
Maybe he's upset, but he just he's taking it in smiles.
Maybe he made that a challenge for himself. I don't know. Do you think she found the bathroom, by the way? I guess she had enough time.
I feel like she's been looking still.
Yeah. It's just down the hall. I love being the information booth.
Tell her to go to some crazy random room like the chore room or something.
Just knock on that door.
Yeah, knock on the chore room.
God, we could set people up on it. Where's the Amazon room? Right there.
Yeah.
And then they'll come over and then we'll just sit there. I know a lot of radio DJs would do that.
Yeah.
A lot of radio shows would pull a stunt like that. Here, go. It's in that door.
You should have. Yeah, you should.
That's where the final table is.
You should play pranks on pros or something every time.
By the way, if you missed today's video, which I'm sure you did, you were busy, but we asked 10 people, random people, who won the main event last year, and only 5 got it right.
Really? And do you think those 10 people were playing in an event or playing somewhere?
Most of them all seemed like they were players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
5 out of 10 can only, and the video is playing right next door.
I bet. Did you ask him if they can name any of the main events since moneymakers?
No, Joe was trying to prove a point.
Because I was watching when was it Joe that didn't know the last 3 or 4? Somebody didn't know. You were asking. It was 2 days ago or something, 3 days ago maybe. But you were asking somebody.
Yeah, I can't remember who that was.
But they didn't. Yeah. They kind of didn't know, but I don't know. I'm into me. I'm like, how do you not know? I did win a Johnny Lawden at the table though.
Oh yeah.
From a poker player who doesn't pay attention to the field sizes and stuff. And we had somebody pick how much they were going to get for the monster stack. So so I said we were, how Lawden things works.
Right.
And so I went up to 3,000 because that's probably going to get up 4, 5, 6,000. I said 3,000 and he bought it at 3,000. And so so he was saying that it was going to be less than 3,000. And he obviously doesn't even know how many people would be getting these tournaments.
No.
Because he doesn't. So it was so he was a Lawden fish.
Yeah. It's not good to be a Johnny Lawden fish. You got to be careful on
No.
that. Oh my God. let's see. There was something else I was going to say too, but yeah, make sure you check out all our videos. They're up on YouTube. Just go to Mark Hoke, and of course, post them up on our Facebook page, The Mark Hoke Show, and on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show.
All right.
It's good to be a Mark Hoke Show maniac. Don't you think so?
Yeah. Hey, is C-Rock still in your in the tournament?
I don't know,
because he was representing your.
He was repping me today.
Yeah.
I think he said he repped me 2 days in a row or something crazy like that.
So he hasn't showered, huh?
Yeah, obviously not.
That's not. I don't know if that's good to rep your shirt and be all, I'm sure he smells pristine though, because he's he's flows,
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
he flows,
He takes care of himself. I almost want to come back to this article because there was another one here that I got to touch on this. I think I'm gonna. This is Tony Cuisino, who now has the record for most cashes here at the World Series of Poker without ever winning a bracelet. He has cashed 65 times.
Wow.
Here at the World Series and has never won a bracelet. He was I know he was either on or close to a final table here. Finished 8th in the $5,000 no limit 8 max on June 18th, and I think there was another one too. So, but that's an unbelievable stat. 65 cashes and no bracelets. Yikes. His top finish was a 4th place in 2001. That would probably get a lot of people showing up. The word would get around. That would be like the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series, Game 7 would be a pop. But Tony Cuisino is now up to 65 cashes without a World Series of Poker bracelet.
That's pretty crazy. I'm up to 3.
Oh, there you go.
3 cashes.
So
in 1 year.
But I don't want you to catch Tony. I want you to get the bracelet.
Yeah, I do too.
Don't mess around with that. Scotty Wynn had some very interesting things to say about, in Card Player Magazine, this is up on cardplayer.com, about colluding in cash games, plus why he thinks many young players disrespect the game.
All right.
Yeah, there's Jesse perking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I
don't disrespect the game. What?
Well, he didn't say Jesse Caps.
Oh, he said Jesse Katz.
Yeah, he didn't say Jesse Caps disrespects him. So here's let me see if I find the right spot here. Oh, so this is the question was asked, do you think the etiquette at the table has gotten worse over time? And Scotty said, yes, there's more disrespect these days than in the old days. In the old days, you respect the older players. You respect good players. Before I played, I looked up to a lot of players. To this day, I still always respect them. These days, the young kids don't dress right. They don't talk right. The way they eat at the table, it's just like ghetto. You would never catch me eat at the table. Eat before you play or wait at the break. You don't have to be all over at the table and touch your cards at the same time. So it's kind of banging you guys a little bit. Not terribly.
I don't know if kids are the ones that are the ones eating at the table necessarily. I see all sorts of ages eating at the table. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, but well, do you think that the respect factor is going a little bit? That because obviously a lot of the guys in Scotty's generation really looked up to the players that came ahead of him. But I mean, do you think your generation overall looks up to guys like Scotty Wynn and Phil Hellmuth and the trailblazers in the game?
I mean, going into growing up being in love with the media, for me personally, I mean, I respect them and stuff because, that's who I watched, and I was like, I don't know, I got into the media part, but for a lot of kids, it's all about just winning, and they think they're better than these guys, and it doesn't, they have the biggest egos, and most of the kids think that they're better than them, so why give them the time of day, no matter how old or how good they are, if they think they're better than them, they'll give them respect, but I feel like they don't think the older guys can keep up with them right now.
So they don't respect the older guys. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't think so. Most young kids don't, I would say.
Yeah, and and certainly, I mean, that group comes from a different generation of. I mean, how many? These guys didn't have the advantages of playing online poker. I mean, a lot of kids,
Well,
guys that are 20.
Here's a point I want to make though: is back then they didn't have social media. They didn't have to be on their phones all day and not have to connect with. I mean, back everybody traveled together and everybody knew each other. All the old-time players now, they all knew each other, so they kind of had to respect them because there wasn't even that many players out there to play the game. So all the good players kind of formed like their own kind of friendships, and they're like, "How you doing?" or whatever. Nowadays, you got all these online players, all these kids and everything. They're coming, they're tweeting to each other. They're tweeting, they're in their own zone. They're not even looking up to the table to see who's across the table from them. So there's not that social connectivity. So they, they're in their own zone. They don't need to respect or deal with who's across the table. And these guys who, used to be good, these old timers, and now they're all good and stuff. So.
Kids, you got a lot to learn from these guys. Just telling you.
I mean,
don't diss them.
It's a shame because it gives people like me a bad name and stuff, but whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, see, that's why you're here. You're keeping your name pristine.
Pristine, huh?
Yeah, the Mark Hoke Show is a place to do it.
With my what kind of clothes?
Prancy.
With my prancy clothes.
Prancy.
I wonder what Scotty would think of my clothes if I'm respecting the. Because he said what kind of clothes?
I say that's 50-50.
No, but what kind of clothes are you supposed to wear at the table? That's what I want to know.
Well, probably the hoodie type.
I wear hoods because I'm freezing. One.
In here, I don't blame anybody for wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's.
It's cold.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with him necessarily on what you should wear and stuff. It shouldn't matter what you wear to a table. I mean, if you're wearing vulgar, offensive stuff on your shirt, maybe that's one thing. But if you're wearing different colors, if you're wearing a hood, if you're wearing, I mean, most people wearing a hood aren't like acting ghetto and pretend they have a gun in their pocket or something. We're not all
good. So here was the other comment that Scotty made, saying you don't play cash games at all. That was the question. He says very little, and this is where it gets fun. I know everybody, and I hear so many stories about cash game players. They play with the same money, the same bankroll. It has just turned me off. It's not like the old days where you come out, you put your hours in, you try to make a few dollars and take care of your family. They just don't do things like the way they are supposed to be done. I play sometimes, but only when I know absolutely there's no same bankroll in there. But honestly, baby, I try not to think about it. When you don't think about it because you know what you have. If I have aces, I don't care if you set me up or sandwich me in between. Go for it. I really don't care. But those places should never allow people like that. Cheaters should not be allowed to come around. In every game, you'll find something. I won't say names, but almost every game. You always have people like that around because we have so many poker players these days. They work together, they stay together, and they travel together. You have to look out for yourself because you can't stop something like that when you have no proof. That's kind of a wham.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm actually in agreement with him in this one because, I mean, there is a lot of games where people are playing, same bankrolls and stuff like that, and they shouldn't. And it's not not really a fair game. It's not really a good game.
For people that don't understand the term playing with the same bankroll, explain that to everybody real quick. What is that? What does that mean? I
mean, they're at the end of the day, whatever they make, they're coming back and they're chopping it up or their money. So I mean, you're not going. If you're two people playing at the same table, and you guys are gonna get this share the money or whatever, you're gonna want a gun for everybody else's money and not and it should be everybody out for themselves when you're at the table.
Right.
So it doesn't make for a good environment at the table when two people are. It's basically like two people playing as one. It's like there might as well be a team.
It's a borderline collusion.
Yeah.
Is what it may not be collusion, but it's about as close.
I mean, pretty much. I mean. Just short of signals and all that stuff, which could happen too. But
well, and that happens. I've heard that happens a lot at some of the higher level games, because there's usually about 5 or 6 regs, and then the one guy or two guys get funneled in there. Those big businessmen, those fish that they can pull in, and obviously you want to clean them out, and it's sure a lot easier to do that when 5 people are kind of like. Okay,
Well, I mean, that's not. I mean, obviously, that's just like any game. If you see one fish at the table and 5 other players that are good, you're gonna try to just get in pots with the player more so than you don't want to get in big giant pots with people that are good when you could save your money and try to get in with a fish. Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of if you're chopping the money up at the end of the night. Or
Yeah,
not.
I would never play in a game where that's just takes away the integrity of the game. I mean, it's supposed to be you versus 6 other people, and your bankroll versus their bankroll, and you're sharing money. How can you be trusted to not cheat? How can you be trusted not to play? There's so much just in cash games. It's very hard to get caught. So. Like you said, it's so hard to have proof.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting stuff there from Scotty Wynn today about that. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a good article on that. Good old Scotty though. Nice, very nice guy. Let's see. What was this? Oh, I'm just looking. I haven't been on Card Player for a while because everybody wants to boycott them too.
You need to grind on the show and have him do his Scotty impressions about his feelings on the opinion. That would be amazing.
That would be primo.
Baby.
All right. I think it's I mean you coming from that younger generation too. I think it's very interesting to see how the game has changed so much compared to those veteran guys. And we talked about this on a couple of the KLAV shows about where that line is between line of respect is between the younger players and the older players. And and one thing Dutch Boyd said to me, this was a really interesting topic. We were talking about this, that he said that there's a group of players out there right now, the ones that got to play online before Black Friday hit. They've gotten all those hands, but now coming up behind that group, these guys are somewhat not quite in the same boat, but somewhat in the same boat as the older players, because they're not getting to play as many hands online as this group pre-Black Friday did. So you kind of got a generation of players coming up that are in a lot of ways having to do the same thing the older guys did. Do you think that's a fair assessment? We kind of got a little bit of a little bit of a lost generation in there that's going to be not going to have the same advantages, because one thing that people are saying too is these veterans, you've seen a lot of veterans winning and repeating winning World Series bracelets. George Danzer, another is an example of that. That now it was probably the best time to be in poker between that 05 to Black Friday time, because these guys got all the experience, and now you can't get as much.
No, I mean, if you're coming into poker and you're coming in post Black Friday, most likely it's going to be tougher for you to pick up the game as fast as the people that were, pre Black Friday. If you're in America, I still think that there's still two. You have the veterans and then you have the online grinders. And the online grinders that were there before, they all moved to other countries and they're still grinding away. So there's two big groups. There's the veterans and then there's the online. Kids, or now they're, even if they're middle aged, they're still all grinding, the Europeans or whatever. I don't know. I categorize the Europeans as kind of just the online kids as well, I guess. And then there's some outliers, but pretty much those are the main two groups.
Yeah, is it going to be harder for the ones that are like 21, 22 years
old?
Coming up right now to be able to crack through that barrier.
Have you seen any young American players that are look at the rookies of the year or whatever? Has there been that many young Americans that are coming up for the last year that just started playing? I mean, you're not going to find many Americans in the next few years that just start playing that put their name out there as much, because there's just not they have to go somewhere else, and they'd have to really study and find a way to get into it. And it's not like back in 2006 or whatever, when everybody in high school was playing home games and stuff. I mean, poker as in, for the young kids is not as popular, I feel like. And, people can't just jump online after they played a $5 home game and be like, oh, this is so cool, I should play it online. They're going, maybe they'll play home games, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. If they're not in Las Vegas or New Jersey or something like that.
Yeah. So the younger players, I think, definitely at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, no.
The younger players.
I don't know.
You got young.
We'll see in a couple, the next 5 years. I mean, we'll see what happens, but you'll definitely find the average age might go up for people winning, doing well, because younger guys, now 21 to 24 or 5, don't have that knowledge.
Right.
So then the people that are 30s are going to be all the people online grinders, and that's going to be where your bracelet winners are.
And by the way, I'd just like to apologize for wording that question so badly. Thank you.
I don't know.
We got through it.
Did we answer? We answer.
Yeah,
question?
yeah, we
Okay.
answered the question.
Fantastic.
Let's see. I'm just a couple of things in the chat box. Casino Examiner saying, I can't stand players eating at the tables. They come in all ages, and it's rude. I'm okay with eating at the table as long as you're not eating greasy foods.
Yeah.
You know, you're making sure that you got napkins and everything.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
eat the greasy stuff. That's
I
not cool.
mean-
You can't be slamming onion rings and.
I mean, like, in defense, I mean, I'm always on the go and I'm always playing. I dig around on the breaks, and I don't know, it just, I eat salads and, Nutri-Grain bars and stuff like that. So
I think a fork is anything that you can eat with a fork.
yeah, I think you eat with a fork.
is-
Yeah, definitely. Just reminds me of the Tiffany Michelle when she flipped out because the guy was.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she had those greasy cards.
Yeah. And he also said, I love playing young limit players. They play too aggressive and easy to slow play. He. And then Sixto Pete comes back with limit poker. It's still around, kids.
Yeah, they're at the final table right now.
They are. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a break and we will come right back. Great discussion there. And we will see what else is happening. Because we do have a final table going on.
Yeah.
Some other cool stuff. So we'll give you an update here live from the World Series of Poker when we come back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Jesse Capps along for the ride. Stick around. We'll be
Vroom
right
vroom.
back. Really? We'll be right back.
I gotta say the stupid.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with a promo code HOKE. That's HOKE for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes? The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts. Sure, you can customize it if you want as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Booyah, we're back. So's Jesse Caps.
Back.
Yeah.
I didn't go far.
Before we get into this tweet debate, which is going to be really funny for you in a second, Phil Locke is busted. We just saw Phil and Jennifer Tilly walking out here. Phil Locke out in 6th place in event number 42, the Pot Limit Omaha 6-handed event. So Phil Locke got to be disappointed. Came in the chip leader day, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's generally not been good to be the chip leader going into the final table of this year's World Series.
Dominating chip leader. I made a joke. I got to play with Trevor Pope today, so for first time. And he didn't know who I was, but I was like, first off, I was like, oh, yeah, you have a nice condo. I was there for New Year's. But he wasn't there. He let his friend borrow it, and they threw a party there. He's like, that's the third person who's said he'd thrown a party at my place. and then I made a joke about, because, he was on a roller coaster of ups and downs, and he started off short and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know what it's like to have half the chips in play in the final table. because last year he had 50% of the chips in play, so it worked out for him. Just saying. But it was a fun day to play with him. Nice. He's actually a really nice guy.
So here's the tweet debate that Jesse and I were having real quick. Jesse, we found a tweet from Ben Yu. All right. And here's your tweet. It said, tried to bum hunt my table draw, but ended up with at Real Kid Poker, at Matt Glantz, at Vanessa Selps, at Tricky Scarfy, and at Audio Vibe B, or Vid B. So when that tweet goes up, do you favorite that tweet? Okay, this is like the likes on Facebook, like when somebody died.
Yeah.
It's like there's no sympathy button.
No, or you say, "I'll bust it out of the tournament." Everybody says like.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say. How do you say like?
Well,
I just got my soul crushed. Thank you. So do we favorite this tweet for you guys out there in the chat box? If you're in there, hey, let me know, what do you think? Should we favorite the Ben Yu tweet?
Yeah, I think we should.
Should we favorite it?
We should favorite that he just got into one of the sickest tables of a $50,000 tournament.
But that's not good.
Good. But he's not saying, it's not like he lost. He's like super bummed, and I think he's saying it out of humor more than he's saying it out of being upset about the situation.
But it's still not a likable situation.
No, but
it's not my favorite situation I'd like to be in.
No, I think we favored it because of the humor. That it's not like it just says I got a really tough table draw. It said try to he messed up. He tried to bum. He tried to get the his easy table, but then
he failed.
He failed.
Kind of like, here's another example of a tweet that somebody put in the chat box. At Jesse J Caps, 50S made a comeback up to 50K, but then ran 17 beepers, 8-8 into 10-10. Hashtag comeback failed, 80 out of 1914. So there's your bust out tweet. Do we favorite the bust out tweet?
Well, 80 out of I think it's okay.
You finished it okay there at the end.
I finished it, yeah. I mean, yeah. If I said, I don't know, if it's just like, because favorite also means like I feel with you. I feel like I favor your tweet. Like I'm on your team. I'm on team whoever the tweet is for.
But don't you reply to the tweet instead of just clicking on favoriting
you can say
the tweet?
Game.
Because the favoriting the tweet is like,
true,
no, that really, I'm sorry, that sucks.
Yeah.
I've tried to make a comeback. It failed. I'm out. I'm devastated,
I usually just favorite like good tweets of people doing good in tournaments. So yeah, I think if it's a bust out hand, just reply back to him or retweet it as in good game.
Do you want that retweeted that you busted out? I mean, if I'm in the main
I want people to know, but like I made such a deal because I got 80th and the guy before me got 79th, but when I looked around, I thought he finished technically before me. I'm like, wait, didn't he finish? Because we finished at the exact same time. Like, didn't I finish before him? Because I wanted that 79th card. I wanted my record to stand that I finished 79th. If I really did finish 79th. But he said, apparently, they called the payout right before they called his payout. So I mean, I want people to know how I do. I mean, I'm that because I have investors. I want people to know that I cashed. I did well in this tournament. Now, I don't want to retweet it that I busted, getting in terrible on level 3 or something.
Yeah,
that I don't.
No,
I shouldn't even tweet those things just for my investors. But
can't you DM them?
But there's certain point where you don't want to have to spend time searching the names of all your investors. And
good point. Good point. Casino Examiner saying I didn't favorite this with the arrows up. See, he didn't favorite that. So should we favorite Ben Yu's tweet? Somebody give me an opinion. I know you guys are out there listening. Give us an opinion. Do we favorite Ben Yu's tweet? Tried to bum hunt.
I think we
my
do.
Table draw, but ended up with.
I think we do on that one. I think it's comical. I think it's hilarious because he's there's all these tables there, and he gets the one that he least wanted.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying. He's saying I somehow ended up with the one that I least wanted, and I had a comedic fail because he can still win the tournament. And he's and if he comes out of that table with a lot of chips, that's saying something about him.
If he comes out of that table at all, that's saying something.
I mean, is he a great mixed game player? Or
yeah.
So he's
very good.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. He's
all right.
He doesn't have to worry.
I'll favorite it. I don't want to, but you're calling favorite.
Well, don't fear. It's
I'll retweet it.
You have.
I'll retweet that.
He's just clicking buttons over here.
I will click retweet.
You're just clicking buttons.
I'll give him the retweet on that.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, I got some favorites today because we put up our new WSOP podcast highlight reel today.
Okay.
Edition number 9. I had to slow down a little bit because of my storage space, so I had to be a little bit careful because I probably got about a KLAV podcast and a short highlight reel for the rest of the month, so I've got to survive about 8 more days.
Okay.
But we had a good one. Bernard Lee, Josh Brickus, Alan Kessler, and Raymond Davis were on together. So we had to put that in there.
Was this in the studio?
No, this was here.
Oh, here.
Right here.
And
Barbara, they were all here, yes. And Barbara Enright came in and swore up a storm. So if you haven't checked that one out, obviously just went up, but download that podcast today. You're going to get a couple of good laughs on that. We had the serious Bernard Lee interview in there, and then all hell broke loose. It's kind of how we roll.
Yeah.
But we'll be putting more of those podcasts together for you. And watch out, July 1st. It's going to go Captain Insano on the podcast. Because I'll have them all lined up ready to go. Click, click, click. Plenty of material. By the way, Kara Scott is over there. And, Giovanni is the luckiest son of a gun in the world. I swear to God.
They just got married, right?
I believe so, yep.
Nice.
I love Kara. She's just like the nicest person in the world, too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told her I'm going to put a fork in your eye, she'd be like, well, it would just be nice if you didn't have to do that. But I suppose if you feel like you have to. I mean, that's the way she'd react. She's just that cool a customer. Not that I would ever do that. Jesse might. Yeah. There's Vanessa Selps. Of course, the 50K Players Championship is on break right now.
Yeah, you can
so we
see
saw
all
some
the players.
people meandering out here. And let's get you some more updates on what is happening here at the World Series of Poker. Event 42, like you said, Phil Locke busted out in 6th place. So that will put us to Darius Studdard still leading the way. But I'll tell you what, this one could take a while tonight. We've got Darius Studdard at 1.65, Brant Hale at 1.63, Michael Drummond 1.53, Ryan Schmidt 1.27.
It won't take too long at all.
You don't think so?
No, the full blinds are 20,000, 40,000. Chip leaders got 1.6, so approximately 40 big blinds. So
I think they're going to batten down the hatches once we get rid of
PLO.
one
It plays, I would think it plays bigger than.
Oh, it does.
The no limit. So with 40 big blinds as your chip leader, I mean, I don't think there's been any no limit tournaments where the chip leader had less than 50 or 60 big blinds.
Fine, be that way.
I'm just saying, we could put could put a beer on it or something.
All right. Limit hold'em. 4 left. Jesse Katz and all that.
Jesse
they're
who?
saying 3. Yeah, Jesse
I
Katz.
get so confused.
Jesse Katz is out. They're listing 3. So let me go to the updates and see if we lost somebody here.
Oh, there you go. Hey, he's probably my age too.
Yeah, there's Jesse Katz, by the way. A picture for Jesse here.
That is, oh my gosh, I gotta meet this kid now.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see why they would be saying there's another elimination there. I'm seeing Brandon Shaq Harris. I'm seeing Barrios. Yeah, there's 4 left. That is an error on their part. So 4 players remaining in the limit hold'em, and it is still Yegor Surikov, 1.3 million. Sean Barrios, 638. Brandon Shaq Harris, 503. Dan Kelly, 499. So let me ask you this question: when you're in a limit tournament like this, blinds are 30,000, 60,000, so price of poker not cheap. But you've got to try and chase a guy down who's got double the chips as you. How difficult is that with being in a limit situation?
I mean, I feel like limit, you got to play pretty solid. There's no antes and stuff. But now that they're 4-handed.
Yeah, and Surkov's just about got the table covered.
60,000, so, that's 10 big bets for Sean and Brandon. And so pretty much, I mean, if they play a hand against each other, they could flip-flop their stacks pretty quickly. At this level, it's so high that every hand counts. I don't think, I think it's going to play similar to No Limit, where people are going to play pretty solid pre-flop and and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it always just the limit tournaments. Just seems like when somebody's able to get a lead in a limit tournament, it's pretty like that.
Right,
It's pretty hard to pull
the chip
them back
leader.
in.
Yeah, the chip leader. Was it Igor?
Yeah, Igor.
Oh, Igor.
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 Yegor.
I just love coming on
Yegor.
the show and hearing all you talk about all the crazy. Wait, is he? He's American?
Yeah, I told you that.
Oh my goodness.
God,
That's
where were
crazy.
you 45 minutes ago?
I don't know.
I know we're both hungry. That's understandable.
I
By the
don't
way,
know.
Nolan Dalla over there.
U.S. tied.
Nolan Dalla, everybody. I still haven't had Nolan on the show over here yet. I know. What are you doing? Why are you running away from
You
me?
need to ask him. He wants you to be asked.
All right.
I'll tell you some more Ivy stories.
Yeah, we'll get him over there. But 4 players left in that limit hold'em tournament. David Chu out in 6th. Katz was out in 5th. Event number 44. Take a look at that real fast. And we'll look at 45 too. We'll keep it going. No limit hold'em, $1,500 buy-in, and Jordan Morgan is your leader at 605 with 76 players remaining.
Wow.
Aditya
That's pretty
Agarwal,
amazing. He was short.
405.
Wow.
Who?
Jordan Morgan.
Okay.
So Jordan Morgan, he's from back in the day when they had what was the U.S. Poker Championship? Is that the same Jordan Morgan I'm thinking of? Where he was
Are you thinking
on
of
TV?
John Morgan?
No. I think I'm thinking of Jordan Morgan.
Okay.
Where,
all right, fair enough.
But I didn't know who he was, so when I 3-bet him super light when I was really short, I 3-bet him with 2-4 suited in the small blind, and I just thought he was some average kid. And then my friends were like, "Oh, that's Jordan Morgan." I'm like, "Wait," because I think that's "Oh yeah, he's a pro or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, if I knew that, I might not have 3-bet him. I don't know."
Yeah, maybe.
So it worked out.
Well, he's your leader. Vinny Pahuja has moved up to 5th place. Vinny he's come close a couple times, couple of final tables for the Vin Man. Vinny's now up to 5th in this tournament. Lonnie Harwood in 12th. So Lonnie Harwood, of course, won a bracelet last year, trying to do it again here. Good opportunity for her. Barry Greenstein. I haven't seen Barry making a deep run in any of the No Limit Hold'em tournaments this year. But Barry Greenstein now has gone up to 15th place. Who else got flying around there? Randall Flowers, still about the same chip stack. I don't know if anybody's just not checking his chips or what's going on. But Randall is listed in 28th. Let's see what else we got. Anybody fun?
When you get down there, they haven't really updated it, so you don't know.
Yeah, so
there's obviously less than that many. So
right. So
and there's less than 76. They haven't.
Oh,
updated.
that's right. Yeah, because you were. So they're way behind on this. No, that's the way it goes. Event 44 there. Event 45, $1,000 No Limit Hold'em kicked off today. Yes, of course. Anytime, sir. Wow, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't serious at all. Did you hear that?
Wait, let's ask your chat box. Guess who just?
Yeah,
asked
just who asked to come on the show.
Guess who just asked? You should give him
Do you realize he just spoke to us without Raymond Davis around? He actually spoke to me. I'm stunned. Phil Ivey, everybody. Phil Ivey just asked if he can come on the show again. How about that?
I hope he was serious. That'd be awesome.
That'd be all right. I'd like to get more time with Phil.
Yeah.
Give me like 5 hours with him.
I don't. His time is pretty precious.
Well,
so.
but if we're at a strip club with Raymond, then
his time is pretty pristine.
That's all right. Event 45, listing 700. I'm sure there's a lot more in there, but we'll give the screenshot of the afternoon to Patrick Curzio, reporting in at 41,000. See, smart guy. Use the MyStack app. You get on there and you end up being at the top of the leaderboard at the World Series of Poker. Dennis Phillips reporting into 22,000. Jared Hamby reporting 18.5. Chris Conrad 16.3 or 16,350. Jason Wheeler 16. Yeah, long way to go.
And you can still buy into it too. So
there you go.
For $3K, what place would I be in according to these guys? If
yeah,
$3K, I would be ahead of who? Who would I be ahead of?
3,000 would put you ahead of Andy Frankenberger, Jesse Sylvia.
There you go, Jesse. There you go.
Joe Tehan, which is spelled wrong in there.
There you go. See, I'm ahead of all those players.
That's Joe Tehan.
Tehan.
Yeah, not Joe Tehan. This is Joe Tehan.
Tehan.
Yeah, David Pham. A lot of Lee Childs. A lot of players you're ahead of.
Maybe I should,
You should hop in, take him out.
I don't know. Yeah, $1K for 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
Here you go. Are you hopping in again? I'm still in. Oh, you've already played though. You didn't buy in at 6. You bought in at 4.
Yeah, I bought in. I bought in.
Should I buy in?
Of course.
Should I buy in? I only have 10 big blinds.
Who cares? I have 32.
Yeah, but you're the ninja of short stacks.
Buy in.
I'll play.
All right. I got 80th.
Put me in and I'll play for. I'll give you 90%. Put me in and I'll give you 90% of what I win. 95%.
I finished
No?
80th though, so.
No, that's not trusting. I can play. Jesse knows I can play.
There you go.
I'll give you 95% and 2 Arctic Blue cooling towels.
Two Arctic. You gotta buy all these. If you buy
and a
all
Mark
these,
Hoke Show T-shirt too.
Just buy all these. It'll equate to $1,000.
Yeah.
Get one deep cash so I can start throwing around money.
All right, there we go.
Giving the dealers $100 to deal me kings. They have to deal me kings.
Wow, that's
Wow.
so sick. That's so sick.
That's a post bribe. All right. Hey, it works.
Just wait until I make a final table. I'm gonna have fun like that.
All
Next
right.
with the dealers and the players.
Dylan Lind is still reporting in at 250,000 on the Players Championship. David Benjamin listing at 225. Matt Ashton 206. Sean Deeb 205. Rasty 195. Jared Blesnick 185. Daniel Negreanu reports in at 183,300. He used the MyStack app. That's why he's up in the top group. Let's see if we have any interesting.
News endorses
yeah, we didn't see if anybody busted yet. Let's see if we had anybody bust out
let's see who's on
of the
bottom.
Players Championship at this point. Sliding down to the
No,
bottom.
Dan
No, but Dan
Shack-
Shack has doubled up,
Yeah.
basically. 73,000, so good for him.
All right.
Phil Ivey. See, now Phil Ivey is at 102. So if he'd have come on the show for a couple minutes, it might have blessed him.
Yeah. You should tell him when he walks back that.
I know.
Have you on the show? He'll run good.
Yeah. Of course, he came on the show and he hasn't
what
done
if
a
he
damn
comes
thing
on the
this
show
year.
and then he wins his bracelet, wins all those bets, and then right after he came on your show, that'd be pretty awesome.
Then I should get 5%.
Yeah, you should be, when he's about to win a bracelet, get him on your show.
Yeah,
and he'll.
There you go. Let's see if we have any major updates. Obviously not too much happening at this level. Players on the second break. Alan Kessler makes the nuts and deuce to 7 triple draw, picking up a whopping 12,000 chips. Good for him. Jeremy Osmus picking up a few chips on a hand here. Bill Chen, not bad in deuce 7 triple draw to get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Woo-hoo.
Takes a few chips off of Richard Ashby on that one. That's about it. Pretty quiet. But it'll be rocking tomorrow in there.
Oh
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Well, they got 5 days to all chill. I mean, people. How late can you buy in? Do you know?
I think tomorrow afternoon. 4 o'clock.
Oh wow. So.
I think we got a while. So.
And they're gonna play how many levels tonight? Probably 10. No.
Probably not. I would.
8.
Well, depending on how long the levels are. I'd imagine they'll play till about 1 in the morning. So. Well.
Are they longer?
Yeah. All right. Well, that's where we. Where's this Sam Grizzle stuff coming from? Why are people in the chat box talking about Sam Grizzle? Are you kidding me?
Secret conversations amongst themselves.
Sam Grizzle. Did Grizzle really punch out Helmuth at the Rio a few years ago? I guess. I don't know. I'll ask Phil. So that's about it. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap the show up because it is time. So we're going to step away, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock here at the World Series of Poker. Having a great time. So, Jesse, I'm sure we'll see you as well.
I'm going to play the Annie Only guy. Hopefully you guys
all right,
I learned how to play Annie Only tournaments.
All right. I'll be with you in just 1 second. Did you? All right, and we will be so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining us, and catch us tomorrow, markhokeshow.com, 1 p.m. Pacific. Jesse, thank you so much for stepping in. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, we'll catch you later.
See you later.